FM1 FM.
We have a very well-known band in the world of rock and roll. They have been together a number of years now, and they keep on going and growing. As well as this, they also promote, support local acts and bands all over the country. Today, it is a treat to speak to lead singer of Weak13, Nick J Townsend. Right. Firstly, very good morning to you, Nick.
Morning. I hope you're okay. I appreciate the wonderful intro. It's very appreciated.
No problem. So we were just saying prior to this interview, it's good to speak to you again after all these years, and it's really good.
10 years.
10 years. I first met Nick on a TV show. It was a satellite program called X Forum, and it's still great that you're still continuing with your music.
I think we were both wondering what we were doing there.
Yeah, that's it. Looking back, we look so much younger back then, don't we?
You're probably better looking than me now.
Well.
I'll have to sort of grow into a kind of beast, but a nice looking one.
Oh, that's it. Righty-ho, you're in a band called Weak13, and I've been doing my homework on you. You describe yourself as a British free man, low-tuned grunge punk metal terror from the Black Country. That is the best sum-up of a band I've ever heard.
Well, guys, I'm not actually three men, but I've got two other guys with me, and the three of us, we just try and, we just basically just try and make a lot of music which people probably adored in the 90s.
Yeah.
It's original stuff, but we grew up with a lot of, to be honest, I grew up with a lot of rock from the 90s.
Yeah.
I also grew up with a lot of dance from the 90s.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy to sort of me to say things like Nirvana and Soundgarden and things like that. Well, I also grew up with a lot of, it might surprise some people, there were bands like Snap and 808 States, who were the other end of the spectrum totally. And so there's a lot of 90s influences in our music, so I think the word terror isn't there for a laugh, to be honest.
Yeah.
But we are quite friendly people.
Oh, good. The 90s, we play a lot of 90s on this station, so 90s always goes down well. I suppose you're a Prodigy fan as well. They were good, weren't they, Prodigy? Yeah,
oh, definitely. I mean, I remember dancing around my living room to Firestars when I first saw the music video. And that's the kind of example the generation I'm from. Mm-hmm. I think when you hear the music, you obviously hear the rock influences, but there's a lot of those dance influences in there as well. And I think that might confuse people because they can't go, oh, you're not playing at our dance club. But when we record and stuff, we take it just as serious as those kind of big, number one hits. Say Firestars with Prodigy. Yeah. I mean, when we record a song, we hope it's in that kind of vein, and we like to entertain people, to make sure we work as hard as we can. Really,
that's really good to know. Firestars. I remember when that was number one on Top of the Pops, and it caused such furore, didn't it, amongst the viewers?
Yeah. I loved the Prodigy when they came out because it actually got both, I suppose, rockers and clubbers, if you want to call it that. They both worked together.
Yeah.
I mean, after this interview, I'm going straight to Birmingham to hook up with a rapper in the studio. We're doing a collaboration, and it's going to be a similar thing where rock meets hip hop, and it's just going to be a bit of a. I suppose it's probably going to be a single that comes out with both. It's like called Fonz Neutron. He's a massive hip hop artist. He's like a bit like myself, I guess now, right? But he's like obviously the hip hop side. But he's like a DIY artist. He's done everything himself. Yeah. I mean, he's playing Dubai next month.
Wow.
I mean, he works pretty hard, but we're working together, and we know that we'll bring our fans together, whether they like it or not, I guess. But we're just being artistic, you see. That's hopefully the same kind of thing will happen where people embrace it.
Well, that's called fusion, isn't it? When like you got two artists of different kind of like styles come together. That's good. I think there should be more artists like that in the charts rather than stick to one type of genre.
Well, it makes it interesting. I think it's being more honest because I think. I know a lot of musicians, and I think, as I've got to know them, it doesn't really surprise me now, but what used to surprise me, if I say, met a certain artist or musician with a certain genre, and they're known for playing a certain style of music. You check out their CD collection; it's always something totally different.
Yeah.
And my CD collections. I mean, although my CD collection's incredibly vast because I review CDs for a magazine, so everybody sends me their CDs. So I don't even have to pay for it. They just come for the envelope, come for the letterbox. But my sort of top albums would probably surprise a lot of people that buy my albums, I guess.
Right, so we've got to press on. So you're in the band then, Nick. What are their roles? Who are they? And what's their names and what do they do?
Well, the main guy with me is Wesley Smith.
Yep.
He's my writing partner and bass player. I play guitar and sing. Wesley Smith plays bass, but he's not just a bass player. He's a really good songwriter. And the pair, we work well together. We were on the phone about, I don't know, a few minutes before chatting to you, and we're just talking about a new song we're doing. We have a drummer called Justin James, but he's also in a band called Buzzard. We're very lucky to have him. We've had a fair few drummers over the years. We had a chap called Neil Palmer, who was awesome, but things had to change. He had to move on. We've had various other drummers, Sean Tydell. He was more of a session drummer, but very good friend, and he really did us proud. We're happy to work with him. But Justin James, at the moment, is fully involved. We're on tour in October again, and he's going to be playing with us.
Right then, fantastic. What I always liked about you, Nick, is I admired your determination and passion for music, and your belief that you can do almost anything if you put your mind to it. How essential is this approach in being successful?
I think it's very important because it's very easy to get that feeling that nothing is possible when you look at the media. Millions of dollars and pounds are pumped into some of the biggest artists there is. So when you do see these guys or girls on TV, they're always in the best possible way captured and presented. And when you're just starting out, or if you're just trying to gather your thoughts and go, I want to do this, you look around at yourself and you kind of go, oh, I'm nothing like that. And you know what, they're nothing like that either unless they've got all that money spent on it. And then people start thinking, oh, is it all about money?
Sure.
I mean, the one thing people say is, oh, there's no money in music. You can earn a little bit. I'm not saying you're going to earn millions, but this is not about money.
No.
And I think the one thing which people must understand, and this sounds like something really obvious, but it's amazing how many people get put off their own careers. If you do it because you love it, and that's the reason why you want to do it in the first place, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
But if you do it for money and you get sidetracked, and every time you have a bad week, you look at your bank account, you kind of go, oh, I'll never get there. That's not the way of things.
Yeah.
I mean, sort your bank out, get yourself good credit, whatever, but just have fun, enjoy what you're doing, and really, you've got to believe that you're doing it because you want to do it. Don't do it because someone on TV tells you to do it. Yeah, if you watch The X Factor, it's very easy to get put off music for life.
Yeah,
but if you ignore that and just stick with what you want to do, you'll get far. I honestly think you will. Most people I've spoke to, I work with a lot of musicians. I try to help their careers where possible. I do everything. But they've got self-belief. They've never gone, oh, I watched the X Factor on TV, and I know what I'm going to do for the next 30 years. I mean, it doesn't do that. But they could be doing something themselves in their own lives and go, I strongly believe this is what I want to do. I'm going to be doing it for the next 30 years.
Fair point.
And it's self-belief.
Yeah, fair point. And it's good that you're doing something you enjoy as well and inspiring others. We have about 5.5 minutes, so we've still got time, but I still wanted to try and ask a few more questions. I wanted to ask you this, actually. Sure. What do you think of the music scene in Birmingham and the West Midlands as opposed to Manchester and London?
I think Manchester is really, it's really growing. Like it always grows. It always seems to evolve, and it seems very. It always seems like there's a very DIY attitude, which I do like, and people work hard. And because it's a city, you're going to work harder. And London's a good example as well. The problem with London is because it's the focal point for the media, the DIY attitude probably doesn't work there because that's pretty much the equivalent to what Los Angeles is or New York in the US. They're the two. Like, you could be a really great artist, say from Pittsburgh or something or Chicago, but people would say you've got to move to LA or New York to get somewhere.
Yeah, true.
And that can create misery for people. I've been to Los Angeles a couple of times, and I've networked there, and I see the people that live there trying to make it, and same as the people going to London, and some people move to Manchester. I think people that move to a city to get somewhere, you got to respect them for their belief in doing that. They want to do that. Whether London's music scene and Manchester's music scene is thriving, I think depends on what the population think. There's a lot of there's always some good bands coming out of Manchester. You're always going to hear about the London bands. I never hear about the London underground bands. Never hear about them. But Manchester, it always seems to be full of life. There's always something coming out there. Even if they're going through hell, there's still people out there trying to get music out there. I think Manchester's great. London, I just think it's the people that want it, really. But I don't see it as it's going to bother me until I'm at that stage.
Yeah. Righty-ho, just a couple more to go. You got a new song out called Halo. Are you a Depeche Mode fan? And what is your favourite Depeche Mode album, if you had to choose from?
That's an impossible question to answer because I absolutely got so into Depeche Mode 2 years back, and I felt bad because I hadn't grown up with them. And it's only the last couple of years, and my partner, she's a DJ, she specialises in new wave and especially Depeche Mode. I ended up listening to like every single Depeche Mode song there is, and it's impossible to ask what's my favourite one because they're such a great band. One of the reasons why we cut their single was because of the respect I have for Depeche Mode, because they are great lyricists. They're all great musicians, they're songwriters, but they're a British band and nobody thinks straight away, British band. They just go, it's a pop band. It's a bit more than that. They've been going for years and they keep churning out great music. What's the other question? I was listening to Broken Frame yesterday, and I was just going to ask you what your favourite album, DM album, would be if you had to choose from. I wouldn't want to choose.
No, fair enough.
I don't even say what's my best rock album. I think it's unfair for me
problem.
To say something. I might change my mind next week.
Righty-ho, we've got a few minutes to go, so I'm going to... this is the last one now. Speaking about being sport for choice, there were quite a few songs that I was going to choose, but I've gone with this one. It's track 10 off your new album. Is it called They Live or They Live?
Oh, the album's They Live, yeah. And it's close to the John Carpenter film. Oh,
brilliant. Oh, I remember him. Was it The Fog? As one of his films, brilliant, man.
Awesome director.
Yeah, and the soundtracks as well. So Loyal Coward is track 10 off your new album. We're going to plug that now. So without further ado, here's Loyal Coward, an exclusive to the FM1 FM Breakfast Radio Show. Many thanks, Nick, for your input today, and I wish you all the very best of luck, and may you keep on growing from strength to strength.
I'm just going to be doing this for another 30 years. I'll say that every year.
Brilliant, mate. Without further ado, here's Weak 13. Take it away.